Number one, the Senate just released, this is from it's a bipartisan report from the Homeland Security Committee and the Rules Committee in the Senate, and they got together and said, okay, here's your report about what happened on January 6th. Now, there were Democrats and Republicans on these committees, so therefore the result would be what you would probably expect from a bipartisan commission as well. Anything with Republicans on it is going to be filled with, well, actually, it's not going to be filled with anything meaningful about Donald Trump. And sure enough, that's what we got. They are talking about how, well, there were failures of intelligence. Failures of intelligence? Come on, you could watch on Facebook as this thing was being organized. The FBI didn't let the Capitol Police know what was going on. Come on, everybody knew what was going on. They were talking about it on television. There's not one word in this report about Donald Trump inciting January 6th. There's not one word about how before he learned that Pence was safe, he was cranking up the crowd with Twitter as he was sitting in the White House watching his people running around chanting, "Hang Mike Pence." There's not one word about the lies that he told that led to it or the lies that he told afterwards. Not a word. Well, it looks like it was just, we've got a little problem here. And the report finds failures at every level. The intelligence community failed to provide an adequate warning, although the violence was planned right out in the open. Capitol Police failed to act on the intelligence, didn't prepare. Might that have had something to do with their leadership, which resigned right afterwards? The Pentagon resisted offering assistance of the D.C. National Guard. Gee, I wonder why. Oh, we're not going to talk about that in this report. No, not going to talk about it. This is obscene. It's just obscene. The far-right militia plotted a 2020... last year, there were a bunch of people on the right who were committing violence and even murders in the hopes that these would be blamed on Antifa and Black Lives Matter. They just arrested this guy, Stephen Carrillo, on June 6th for killing a California sheriff's deputy. And he was in correspondence with a whole bunch of these guys talking about how, and they had attacked a police station in Minneapolis and other things, saying, basically, let's get this stuff blamed on these other groups. Even more disturbing, according to the San Jose Mercury News, most of these conspirators following their arrest for destroying evidence in the case have been released on bond, right, by federal magistrates. Those Trump appointees sure are good, aren't they? But this particular guy there's an offshoot here group. It's called the Grizzly Scouts. And, part of the Boogaloo Boys trying to start a second civil war in the United States. Oh, and one other worthy of note. Yesterday we had Medea Benjamin on the program, and live from Lima, Peru, and she was talking about, or from Peru, and she was talking about how, the Ivanka Trump of Peru, Keiko Fujimori, the daughter of the former right-wing president, herself a right-wing crazy, is slipping behind as they're counting the votes behind Pedro Castillo, who is a